Hello everyone, welcome back to Tap and Sack. It's been a while since we did our last video, and now we're back. We're doing Quick Draft, Theros Beyond Death, which just rotated in after Strixhaven left yesterday. So Theros is an older set, makes use of escape triggers, escape mechanics, and it can be quite difficult. So this is probably the first time you've seen me on camera. Not something I usually do. But again, this series, Drafting with Dummies, we're here to just teach the basics of drafting. And as we go through the picking process, I will try to explain my reasoning behind the decisions of picking those cards. And hopefully we'll get some wins. We'll build the deck and we will play a few games, and let's go. Alright, so we're here at the Theros main page. We're gonna go in with gold, 5,000. So I currently have the draft helper activated, which lists the ratings of cards based on other players' opinions. But I think I will deactivate it for now. Alright, so what do we have? We have in our rare, the Nyx Lotus. Generates mana depending on your devotion. So devotion is the amount of colored mana symbols in the casting cost. So this card is equal to devotion of 3 black. Alright. Let's see if there are, yes, these are the escape cards. So escape meaning if it's in your graveyard, you can pay 4 in the green, exile 3 other cards from your graveyard, and you can cast this back into the battlefield. And it says that the Chimera escapes with a +1/+1 counter on it. So it's basically a 2-for-1 if in the late game. So in this first pack, I'm seeing Destiny Spinner as quite a good green card. It can create XX elemental creatures later on when you have the mana and more lands. And then there are some good removal cards here too, like Final Death and Irora's Blessings. These removal cards can really help you get ahead in the game, because you don't really know what the opponent will be casting. Sometimes it's a really big creature or a flying creature that you cannot block, and so you need some kind of removal to deal with it. So I'm not really sure what to pick first, but I might go with Final Death. Or you could go and just pick the rares every time you see one, so that will add to your collection. But since I'm not really keen on the Lotus, I think I'll just pick Final Death and go from there. Okay, we've got some more good removal cards. Maya's Grass, very good. Enchantment. Warbriar's Blessing can let your creature fight against an opponent's creature. So it's good if you're going in green. And Omen of the Forge in red deals 2 damage to any target, and you can even scry 2 later on by sacrificing it. The uncommons, Whirlwind Denial is a counter spell, not very good in this limited series. Timurat, cheap good creature if you're going all black. We might do that, but I think I would still like Maya's Grasp. I tend to rate removal more highly than creatures, but that being said, you still need creatures to win, so we'll need to pick some good creatures soon. Alright, we've got this Wanderer. It has Constellation, so this mechanic is in Theros. Whenever enchantment enters the battlefield, it will trigger an ability. So in this case, you'll look at top 3 cards and you can put a land into your hand. So if you see a lot of good enchantments, then you could try to draft around Constellation. So far, I think this is one we've seen, and this is another one, but they're not one of the stronger Constellation mechanics. Warden is pretty good if you were in green-red, but we've got 2 black cards already and green-red is not in it. We could go with black-red, Iroa's Blessing. Final Flare, you can deal 5 damage, but there is a cost to sacrifice a creature or enchantment, so not that valuable. Alright, I'm going to go with Iroa's Blessing. So, are we in black-red? That's the question. Heroes of the Revel, it creates 1/1 token. And if you have cards that have this trigger where it casts a spell that targets the hero, then they all get a buff. So if you have cards like that, instants and sorceries can combat tricks. This will be good. This is a decent removal as well. Alright, let's pick this. We've got 4 removal cards so far. Alright, favorite of Iroa's is a decent constellation card. If you build lots of enchantments, you can give it double strike pretty often. I'm not so keen on this Devourer. It's a milling strategy on blue-black. I don't think we're going that way. Transcendent Envoy, also if you're playing lots of enchantments, is good. It counts as an enchantment itself, and it gives a 1 mana tax break for your aura spells. So both are good. We could try to get these 2 back and go black-white. Sentinel's Eyes, also another enchantment. Decent. I'm seeing quite a lot of nice big red creatures too. But we have so much black. So we could go black-red or black-white. Alright, I'm going to go to Sentinel's Eyes first, and then we'll see if we get back some good red cards. So far, these 2 are not that great for red. But there are no white cards as well, so we might have to go with black card. Grim Physician, so just a 1 mana 1/1, it's not that great. Wings of Hubris is actually quite often seen because it's an equipment, so it can be put into any colored decks. And it gives the creature flying, so I've lost to games where Wings of Hubris was the key card. Alright, I could put it in. Underworld Dreams, not that good here. But the other cards aren't that great too. So we might just take the Chimera in case we actually go back to green-red. Scavenging Harpy might have some use because it exiles target card from a graveyard. So in Theros set, with the escape mechanic, there are going to be cards that are relevant. So yes, the Warden came back, but I don't think we're going to green-red anymore. Sword or the Familiar? Let's do the Familiar. Okay, sideboard. Alright, our rare is the Dryad, which puts in additional land on your turns. in draft it's not going to be very good because you have no good way of getting lots of lands, I think. Let's see how it's rated. It's rated as a 3, it's not bad actually. So we could go with green-black actually. The white hasn't been very good. Red is not that good as well. Yeah, so we could go with green-black, and Destiny Spinner is great for 2 mana for a 2/3. Alright, let's try that. Or should I just pick the Dryad? It is a 3 mana 2/4. Alright. Maya's Grasp again. And we have the Dawn Evangel. You can bring back a creature card with mana value 2 or less if the creature who died had an aura attached to it. So we don't really have... we have a couple of auras. So it's actually not bad. Two or less creatures, casting cost 2 or less. You only have 1 right now, so not that great. Otherwise, Maya's Grasp is also good, but I think we need more creatures. Yeah, we do. Alright. Wow. Nice. We've got Saga, Elspeth's Nightmare. Really good uncommon. Destroy a creature and can discard a card from opponent's hand and exile the opponent's library, graveyard, which is also relevant. So I think we're going to pick this over Agonizing Remorse. Okay, so we have the Hero of the Pride. Or we can go with Funeral Rites. Looks like red is going to be out. And it's either black-white or green-black. With green we only have 1 Dryad and 1 Chimera. The escape mechanic. Voracious Typhoon is also good on escape. 4 mana 4/4. It might be better than trying to force these enchantments. Temple Thief, simple creature. Also another 2 mana 2/2. In that case, we might just go to Timuret. Citizen Training, it's decent, gets you a card back and gives your creature +1/+0 and trample. But I think we'll pick the uncommon over this. Wow, okay, these are good enchantment cards actually. The Elsate counts as an enchantment and can give protection. Siona, well, it's green-white, so we're not going to play this. Omen of the Hunt, not as good as some of the other omens, so we're going to pick Elsate. Horn Beetle is also pretty good on green because you're gonna have some big creatures. So just pick that. And there's another Underworld Dreams, but not for us. Binding of the Titans looks like it's a milling strategy. It could help to fuel your escape mechanics, but not really what we want to do. Gift of Strength, okay, just a combat trick. Let's try that. Sunlane Pegasus. Alright, maybe we need to look at whether we're going green-black or green or black-white. So we have our white cards. Are they better than our green cards? Well, we have 4 green cards and 5 white cards. We have the bigger creatures on green, whereas white is more about enchantments. In white, our best creature is probably the Theros or Evangel. I'm kind of liking having more escape though, rather than constellation. Alright, but anyway, in this pack, we are either picking Wardens or Pegasus. Pegasus is the better card, I think. But Wardens is a good blocker. Alright, let's go with Pegasus. Okay, what do we have? Inspire Ore, prevent all combat damage. Not very good. Just take this for the sideboard. Wow, 4 green cards. Nice. None of which we have, actually. Just take the Nexus Warden. Nothing very important here, but that Spirit Mantle is good. Take this. Chain of Memory. And our last pack, we have Thassa Deep Dwelling, Mythic, Blue, God. It's actually very good, but we're not in blue. It's a great removal spell, Fateful End. Nothing very good in green or black, except Soul Reaper is decent. Allows you to sacrifice a creature to draw a card whenever you need it. So if I was in red, I might pick this, or blue, I would definitely pick Thassa. Since we're not in these colors, I will still pick Thassa because it's a mythic and I want to add it to my collection. What do we have? We have Treacherous Blessing as the rare. You draw 3 cards, but whenever you cast a spell, you lose 1 life. So not great. That's not good unless you have a way to destroy this blessing itself, which I don't think we do. Rage Scarred Berserker is a decent big creature, 5 mana, 5/4. Alright, let's go with the Warbriar's Blessing. It's a fight mechanic, so semi-removal if you have a big enough creature. This would have been great if we were in red-white actually. We could have gone that direction, but since we passed a couple of heroes, it's too late for that. Alright, now looking at our cards, I think we're going for green black. Because the Chimera and the Typhoon can kind of combo off with this Beetle if we cast them one after the other. And Escape, I think, is easier to make use of rather than these constellation mechanics. But at the same time, with the Dryad, you can actually have some white splash cards. So we might do that. Or even splash in the Iroha's Blessing. It wouldn't matter putting Tasa in because we don't really have any creatures that have a benefit to blinking them, meaning exiling them and bringing them back to the board. So we actually could take red cards also as a splash. But not Final Flare. Heliod's Pilgrim, not for our deck because we don't have that many auras and we don't need to search for them. So if you just pick Training, Banishing Light is excellent removal. This is even better than Iroha's Blessing. Alright, yeah, I think we have to pick this and then we can splash white. And we pick another Iroha's Blessing. Alright. Hoplite isn't that great because Hoplite isn't that great because of the devotion to white, which we will not have many of. Glory Bearers. Glory Bearers would have been great in our black-white deck. But since we're not main boarding white, I don't think it's that great. Alright, let's go with the Mana Dork. Any more green cards? We can just take the Triumphant Search. Red isn't that great here. Okay, Soul Reaper. Another Chimera. Do we need another Gift of Strength? I think one is enough, honestly. Alright, let's go with another 4 power creature. Minions return. Noble, Rage Helm. Alright, nothing much left. Another Wings of Hubris. Okay. So I think we can splash white, that's fine. We have exactly 40 cards, interesting. Okay. Our curve is surprisingly low. We have lots of 2 casting costs, 3 casting costs, only 1 at 5. How many removal cards do we have? Let's check. Final Death, Fighting. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna take away the Grim Physician and put in another good white card, maybe. I could put in the Dawn Evangel. It could bring back quite a lot of some of these creatures. And then we don't need the Familiar, we could put in Pegasus. How good is Search? It can be very situational. Sometimes you're stuck with it in hand when the opponent's 3/3 is beating you down. Yeah, in those situations, it just feels bad. That's why Banishing Light is a much better card for that. But with only 5 removal spells, it's not great. I think we need 1 more. So I will put it in. How's our curve? 2.9. How many enchantments do we have actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That's actually quite a lot for enchantments. In that case, should we take out the Pegasus for the Iron? The Pegasus can fly and it can give lifelink, which is also important in the late game. Iroha, only if you cast an enchantment are you going to get its double strike ability. So more situational, I think. There's 41 cards right now. Do we really need to cut 1? I'm feeling we should just go for it. I don't know what to cut actually. Maybe the Harpy. It is the flyer though. Or the Caryatid. Maybe we don't need Mana Ram. Alright. Let's just pick our sleeves and then we'll play some games. How about this? Like this. Alright, we're gonna play a couple of games. If we lose both, then that will be it. If we win both, that will be good. So hopefully we get a good draw with some lands. We're playing pretty much almost 3 colors, so like green and black are our definite colors that we need to have. Okay, you're up against Beard and Rogue. It's a gold rank player. Oh nice, we have all 3 lands. But we don't have any small creatures. Our smallest spell will be Elspeth's Nightmare on the Dryad, which is okay. So we're going to keep this. Let's go with green. And then put a forest down as well. So we'll see what his colors are. Green-white. It looks like it's the constellation mechanic. So do I want to kill it now? I feel I don't have to. Because there's nothing to exile from the graveyard, but I don't want him casting any enchantments as well. So let's do that. Okay, there's another one. I see, so he's got a vehicle. Omen is not that important, so it's either between the training or the Briar's Blessing. I don't really want him drawing more cards though. Alright, let's go with the Pegasus. Oh, crap, I didn't see that. Yep, that was bad for me. I forgot that we get a +1/+1. Yep, I am not that good in draft, honestly. Huh. Perfect. So we get to exile his creature while the enchantment is on the stack. So that means he won't get any of its abilities. Yeah, that's great for us actually. But he can bring back a creature, I think, with the Omen. Yep. Oh no, he searches for a basic card, basic land, sorry. And he sacrificed to scry 2, okay. So we actually have a decent card here. We just drew the Blessing as well. Fights and also gives your creature +0/+2. Do I want to act? I don't think I'll activate this mill ability unless I want to do escape, so maybe it's not too bad. You can try it. Oh, it took Vanishing Light. Oh my god. Yeah, that was quite bad actually. Should have done that mill. What a waste. Destroying my Vanishing Light. Oh. Ooh, okay. Yikes, I actually lose out to that. I don't think it's going to attack, right? He has First Strike and Trample, but he doesn't have anything else. Yep, and I'm just flooding out right now, which is bad. Let's see what else I have in my library. So this game assistant lets you look at what cards are left in your deck. I really am still sad about losing the Banishing Light. That was really stupid. Yep, and I'm just drawing lands right now. Still have a lot of creatures though, where are they? Well, he triggered his Irua, but it's on my end step, so it's not gonna get the double strike next turn. But he did scry one to the top, so yep, he got his double strike. So I already have 9 of my lands out. I already have 10 lands that I've drawn. 10 out of 16 cards for lands. Okay, Maya's Grasp is good. The question is, should it go on the Horn Beetle or the Irua? The beetle's gonna grow to pretty big, so that's my worry. But Iroha's gonna get double strike, and then if I have any blockers, it's just gonna be tough. So I have to make a choice here. I really need to draw some of my bigger creatures now, otherwise it's going to be a problem. It's got the 1/2 spider with reach, and it can escape. But it's got lots of creatures now, so unless I draw some blockers, I'm not going to be able to. Yeah, that's bad. Getting a pump is not going to do much because I can block this. I can block the chariot, and then I'll be taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll be down 1. And then after that, I won't have enough blockers, so I'm gonna call it a good game and just quit. So we drew too many lands really that game. We made some mistakes by discarding the wrong card from Elspeth Conqueror's Nightmare. So yeah, that was disappointing. I wasn't really thinking clearly. So we'll go again. Here, up against Gambits 1286, and we have 1 land. Terrible, 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 terrible. We have 2 creatures on 2 mana, and an enchantment. But can we really risk keeping this? I don't think so. Okay, this is better. We're going to get rid of the search. So at least we have a 2-drop and a 3-drop. And the opponent has a L8 turn 1. Opponent casts nothing. Alright, that's good for us. I've got to get rid of that Iroha. It's really dangerous with its double strike. So maybe I should have built the black-white deck instead of green-black. Idyllic Tutor, search for enchantment card. Oh my god. Indomitable Will. Interesting. Alright, this is pretty cool. I think we're gonna cast a Chimera for 3. And since he has power 4, we can tap this for 2 mana now. And we could cast another Chimera or the Mogis. 。 Alright, I'm gonna cast a Chimera. Give some offensive power. Alright, kill one of our chimeras with the surge. And now we have the Conqueror's Nightmare, which is great. We can kill off the bounty. It can't sacrifice itself. So yeah, let's do that. We'll cast the Mogus. Trigger and swing for 8. Let's hope he has no creatures to block. He does have one creature. Brings back Elsaid. Wow, yikes. That is ugly. If I discard the Sentinel's Eyes, you can just recast it next turn. But you can't cast both with only one white mana. And then we get to exile it. He's going to need to cast a creature next turn, so it doesn't matter. He's not going to be able to cast any of these unless he draws a planes. Alright, let's see if he's going to block this. He's not, okay. Alright, I think that's game. We've drawn the excellent Final Death. We get to exile his creature. We know his hand, and so we can just swing in for 12 damage. Nice. So we got our one win at least. At least shows there's some synergy in the deck. We did curve out quite well with Horn Beetle and then Chimera, which was the plan initially, and the Caryatid as well, adding 2 mana of any color allowed us to ramp pretty quickly. We also drew our removal spells pretty much all at one go. So yeah, this second game was really almost perfect. The first game we started off well, but just didn't manage to hang in there. Opponent got much more value from the constellation. Yep, so that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video and learned a bit about drafting. If you like our stuff, just do the usual and like, comment, or subscribe. And we hope to see you next time. Alright, bye.